You need Jesus. Everyone does. Jesus means Yahweh is salvation. So you need Yahweh, the King of the Jews, the God of the Jews. He is also the Holy Spirit and Jesus. Jesus only means Yahweh is salvation. If Jesus is not Yahweh to you, you're worshiping the wrong person. Jesus is not an angel. Okay, so today is defending King Saul. Put some respect on King Saul's name. We know David was all that, why he had a heart for God. Don't worry about all the sins he had because he had a heart for God. He really loved God. So God judges after the heart, not after the outward appearance. David said that, so we know he's good. But Saul was too. So bust this. Why did Saul go after David? Is it because the women said Saul has killed his thousands and David has killed his 10,000? So all these people preaching Saul was king first. Saul is the original. Was king first. Saul is the original. Saul got killed. So did Jesus. Saul. Yeshua. Saul. You see the name? Don't worry about it. Saul, Yeshua. You don't see the name similarity? Don't worry about it. Saul got killed. Adam got killed. Jesus got killed. You see a pattern? Don't worry about it. Moses died early. Samson died. A lot of people died in the struggle. So Saul was the first king. Nobody liked that dude, Saul. Nobody can mess with Saul. But David got a different, he had a different anointing and he had a different task. Now Saul, God told David, don't have more than one wife. God told David, don't be like the nations around him. Listen to that phrase. God said, don't be like the nations around you and have more than one wife. Only have one wife. Now let's enter Saul. King Saul was there first. King Saul is on the throne. David married King Saul's daughter. He got more wives than King Saul's daughter. You don't think King Saul was going to kick his ass? Listen, King Saul didn't really bother David, but he did whatever. But God sent the evil spirit to King Saul, and then he started chucking a spear at King David. Saul is not the one that told King David don't have multiple wives. God said don't have multiple wives like the nations around you. He's on David's side, get him to sin. But the king Saul was chucking spears at David after God sent the evil spirit on him. I told David, don't have multiple wives like the nations around you. He didn't say like your other people. He said the nations around you. So you see the men with multiple women, we didn't get that from Jews and Christians. That's what the nations around us do. Even though you see it in the Bible that some of our guys do it, God is telling you where we got it from. God told King David, don't have multiple wives like the nations around you. One wife. So when David got all these different wives, they were coming into Israel, marrying him up. Some from his area was marrying him. Y'all know y'all wrong for marrying him. You want God to punish him for having multiple wives? That's not going to happen. You're the culprits. He told David not to do it. David's heart said, I agree. The woman came in and said, you're going to marry us anyway. So guess what? Saul's son took care of those women. If you see what Saul's son did to the ladies on top of the roof, he desecrated them. And when David came back to the throne, he never touched them again. David cried for his son, and they were all mad. So David's like, oh, Absalom. Absalom died. He stole David's throne because he wanted to make it better. He wanted some more righteousness there. He didn't like what was going on. But you can't take somebody else's throne. If somebody's the president, you can't take their seat. So his son took it. But all those women God told him don't marry, God let him treat him. God let Saul's David's son treat those women like Diddy treated Cassie. It sound foul. When God says stop playing, or you're gonna reap what you sow, God's not playing. Everybody think that Diddy did something bad to Cassie. She was trying to kill, steal, and destroy him. And of course, she wanted to get him in the mental health system, just like they try to do to Demori, the daughter of Desiree Perez. They try to do it to her. They try to put her in the mental health system. They've been wanting Diddy in the mental health system. Why? His father was military. They do that to military because we whoop Muslims' ass. What do? We whoop Muslims' ass around the world. Who's always fucking with people around the world? Muslim. So Americans are known for fucking up Muslims. You got a false guard, so you know you're gonna fuck with us. We come to your country and fuck you up. This is our history. You know what's gonna happen. You messing with Israel. You know we're coming for you. There's nothing new. We're just more intense now. You knew this was gonna happen. So they're coming after Diddy because they murdered his father when he was 3 years old. His father was a military Air Force. So he was a military Air Forceman. That means he could have been flying around presidents and stuff like that. We don't know all the stuff that he did, but he was a military man, so they killed him. They try to say he was a snitch. I don't care if his father told him he's a military man. You know he's going to do his job. I don't care if you try to kick him out of the military, even though he wasn't, there was not a dishonorable discharge. So he was a regular military man. But I don't care what you try to do to him. If there's a military man, he's going to tell what's going on. He's going to protect the country. You're crazy if you got a military man and you think you're going to make him break the law. If he's Jewish or Christian, he's going to let it be. He's going to let it rip. You can't, if you had something to do with any Jewish or Christian military dying, you already know what's going to happen to you. You're going to look like Gaza. It's going to be Gaza where you are. You can't kill Jewish and Christian military. The ones who are trying to betray us, treason fines, treat the results of treason fine those who try to infiltrate our military. That already happened. But Diddy's father was a real military. He didn't do anything wrong. So they're trying to say he did something. He's military. If he's going to defend the nation and you're doing something to harm the nation, if he got a tell on you, you should have expected it. You know he's military and he's Air Force. He's not just regular military, he's Air Force. That Air Force One, that makes sense. They fly around the president. The Marine one, they fly around the president. You're not going to do a lot of stuff. So Diddy's father is military. Y'all get that in your head when y'all see how fly Diddy from. When you see Diddy battling with the government, he would have been a military dude. He might have followed in his father's footsteps and been in the military and whatever stuff like that. So there are people on the outside trying to help Diddy too, but a lot of us know his father was military. My family is military. You can't spit at a military person. Everybody's gonna come out of the woodwork like we was popping out of the walls. What you said to a military son? Y'all already killed his father. You know we coming after you for killing Diddy's father. You might as well confess now. What we're trying to say, I'm trying to tell you, get saved, become Jewish or Christian before we find you. Whoever laid out Diddy's father when he was 3 years old, it's because he's a military man and you killed him that I'm going to make sure we get you. I'm going to make sure personally we find out who killed Diddy's father. I suggest you come out of the woodworks and let it be known and become Jewish or Christian so you have a cover. You understand? We're protected, Jewish and Christian. You'll be safe if you become Jewish or Christian for real, and we'll know if you're kidding or not. Whoever killed Diddy's father, I'm coming for you. Understand that? You already know what I did. I ran for da 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 da. I'm coming for you. So now they got Diddy, and they're surprised that he's fighting them so well. He probably would have been high ranking in the military if his father was still alive. He probably would have moved through the military ranks, but he also would have probably still went into music, or he would have did it from the military. He would have probably been singing in the ballparks and stuff like that. But we should be happy that a military son made it to a billionaire status. Everybody is not giving Diddy the props that a military guy, his father's military, made it to a billion. Not just some regular Joe. One of our military cats actually became a billionaire. His father was murdered, and we're gonna see them about that. We know Islam got something to do about it. I'm just telling you, it will be your safest bet to become Jewish or Christian. Then you are a protected class, and we'll say, okay, who put you on his scent? Who tried to get you to go after him? We'll find the Muslims. We already know they got something to do with it. But we're helping out Diddy. He's taking down the corrupt system. We want him to close down the MDC, so he's working on that. So they think he's just complaining this gnats and stuff. I don't have to be here. I only got a simple charge. These cats in here, they're dealing with real charges. Diddy got some simple clown charge. He looked like the man that some gold digger tried to take his money and he pee in a mouth. He looked good. On the street, he looked gold. Like some gold digger thought she gonna come in there and boss him around and tell him what to do and take his money, and he got 30 cats running the train on her, and she wanted and she liked it. They mad that somehow she got trains ran on her and liked it, but she was the gold digger trying to steal his money, and she wound up getting peed in her mouth. That's not his fault that you would do anything for money. He ain't marrying you. He didn't have a baby with you. Why? You're gold diggers. Like, he's a military son. You're not understanding how God made him. My name's P. Diddy. I run this city. Send the cops, the feds, the DA to come get me. He was prepared for this. God let us know what's coming. You can't even see me. That's why we say God is invisible. You can't even see me. When he's telling us what's going to happen to us, we know we're good. Diddy has the song. Go bop that song and spread it so people can start bopping it. We get that people riding through the streets singing Diddy's song. My name P. Diddy. I run this city. Send the cops, the feds, DA to come get me. Do you know that video? It's on G-Dep song, I guess. Send the cops, the feds, the DA to come get me. Why he didn't just say, Pateki got undercovers coming after me, like AZ. AZ said, Pateki got undercovers coming after me. We don't know if it's Pateki specifically. We just know that whatever regime, people are coming after him. But it's the Islam that's trying to connect itself to us. The Roman Catholicism and Islam. Sorry to say, JFK was Catholic. You already know how that battle goes. We don't rock with Catholic. A Catholic can never be president. What happened to JFK? I'm just saying, a Catholic can never be president. If you believe in racism, how come a white man got popped? You believe that white people in America hate black, but they let a white person get popped? A white person at the head of the nation got popped. Y'all still believe in racism. They let a white cat, somebody popped the white cat at the top because he was Catholic. And y'all believe in racism because Islam tell you white people are racist. But they popped a white cat on top because he was Catholic. Y'all already know the white cats was fighting over in Europe, Christian versus Catholic. Why Christians were beating the hell out of Catholics? We don't play that pedophile stuff. Do not touch a kid's ass. Why Biggie got popped? He said, blank a kid in the behind and throw him over a bridge. Bye, Biggie, you gotta go. You gotta do better somewhere else because you can't do it here. So, Biggie, I'm solving the crime. JFK was Catholic. We don't play touching kids' ass. Biggie said he was gonna fuck a kid in the ass, throw him over the bridge. Bye, Biggie. A couple of other people, like the Pope Francis, he said homosexuality is okay and transgender. You change a little kid's sex, bye, Pope. You can't be on the planet. You gotta go. Because we not playing touching little kids' ass. Y'all got all this crazy shit in the school. This homosexual shit. Homosexual parents, 2 men, and then they rape the little kid. They throw them in jail. They put the 2 men in jail because they raped the little kid. Everybody saw that coming. What is homosexuality? God already told you don't do it. In the Bible, when God say don't do something, he's not trying to kill your fun. He's telling you this crap here leads to other stuff. If two men want to be homosexual, the next thing they're going to do is look at the little boy. He probably was born that way. Don't give us that crap. Don't give us that crap. So we said bye to JFK. Stop saying there's racism unless you're just roasting each other. If you want to say there's racism, that's funny. Like you roasting each other, you have a racist battle. That's the Olympics, it's bias. The Olympics is straight bias and racist. We only root for our nation, no matter how good the other teams are. We only root for our nation. That don't mean our athletes are the best. We just believe our athletes are the best. But other people got little records that show who's actually the best. So we don't do that. We are racist when it comes to Olympics. We are biased when it comes to Olympics. We only choose our own nation. There is a place for racism. We can have fun with racism. We can say, I want America to win. I want Africa to win. I want whatever. That's fine. That racism and bias, it has its place. Roast. We roast each other. We can make TV shows, do the roast, and have fun. But in real life, there is no racism. If America was a white racist nation, they would have never popped their own JFK. They said, fuck out of here, no pedophilia. Bye JFK. White cat. They already said they think they know who did it. They blamed the CIA and the FBI so they wouldn't go after the real guy that did it. They already explained who did it. I like those guys. But they just blamed the CIA and the FBI, and they just in the court they said the CIA and the FBI did it. But by whose hand? Those cats is fly. Those cats is fly. But JFK was Catholic. That's pedophilia. You want to know what happened to Biggie? Remember his song, go search it. He said he's going to fuck a kid in the ass, throw him over a bridge. And he said about the woman, he want to fuck her so bad, he'll suck her father's dick. Bye, Biggie. You had to go. You tripping. They keep blaming Diddy for his death. He killed himself on that one. But I can't say he's in hell because the Bible says give them over to Satan for the destruction of the flesh in the judgment. That's why Diddy made the song for him anyway, every step I take. That doesn't mean he's in hell. That just means here he Lucifer to say here, but he had to go to his death because you can't be promoting pedophilia. Like, we're not gonna have that. Like, you can't just be saying just off for the rip, like you're gonna blank a kid in the behind and throw him over a bridge. You knew he was gonna die. The man told him for 2 weeks, told Biggie, change those lyrics. Biggie said, I'll blank you in the blood, throw you over a bridge. And the man was walking through the house, mean mugging him, telling him, change those lyrics. Biggie wouldn't change the lyrics. Bye, Biggie. We don't miss you. I mean, some of your friends miss you. They probably know you really wasn't like that. They were getting to you. Sin got to him, so he had to go. He had to go before he actually really wind up in hell. I can't say he's in hell. Maybe him being around Diddy and Diddy really is Christian, it might have rubbed off on him, and maybe he really came to Jesus. We just found out Michael Jackson actually got saved, his evil ass. Sandra Crouch, she led him to Jesus. So all the stealing and shit that he did, now it don't matter. As he became Christian, who can lay anything to the charge of God's elect? Nobody can accuse him of anything because he became Christian. It's like if he never committed a crime at all in his life. And he was robbing from my family like a motherfucker, Michael Jackson. And now I love the hell out of him because he became Christian at the end of his life. That's what I'm saying. All the people that's doing wrong, if you just become Christian and Jewish, we'll forgive you of all stuff, and then we'll mock Obama for trying to bring you down. He's the one that spread that Muslim. Every time Muslim go to a country, just check every country that Islam went to, you're going to find homosexuality. Look at England. Islam tried to take over England. Now they got gay marriage. Islam tried to take over America when Obama said, ooh, that prayer code is so beautiful. He tried to spread Islam. All of a sudden, gay marriage. Israel, Islam tried to take over Israel. You know, they got the Al-Aqsa Mosque. All of a sudden, they got the gay parade. Everywhere Islam try to set up, homosexuality goes. And then they also try to do the marriage to 9-year-old in Iraq. You know we going over there soon. We about to Sodom Lane they ass once again. You know we get ready to go to Iraq. Iraq need to be prepared. They said they're gonna marry 9-year-olds. Everybody ready? Everybody ready to see this? Y'all ready to see this on TV and the internet? What we gonna do to them in Iraq? They said they got a law that they're gonna marry 9-year-olds. All right, all right. In a few weeks or a few months, watch what happened in Iraq. I bet you. Watch what happens in Iraq. They just put out the word like we playing with them. Iraq just put out the word that now it's legal to marry 9-year-old. Watch what we do over there. Child, y'all gonna be like, oh my goodness. You're gonna be like, oh my goodness, there is a God. They got time to change their mind. I keep spitting at them, telling them stop playing with the marrying 9-year-old. When we get over there to Iraq, it's gonna be worse than what they did to Saddam Hussein. And it's gonna be worse than Gaza. Stop playing with the little kids. Stop playing with the little kids. Stop playing with Yahweh's throne. And Diddy's father was military, so Diddy is part of the military family. He was a military dependent. He was supposed to be able to get military VA benefits and stuff like that. He may not have done that. Diddy is linked to the military. So when they go after Diddy, they're not just going after average Joe. They're not just going after a billionaire. They're going after somebody connected to the military. They murdered his father. They don't want him out there. You see how strong he is against the establishment. So when they come at him, you coming at a military man's son. You thought you was going to run over a military man's son? You think just because he was 3 years old that he didn't learn anything from his father? And you think that God don't speak to him, but he wear the cross all the time. In that industry where Islam is trying to take over, and it's so disgusting. But if you notice in the industry, all the industries that we complain about, Islam is the problem in there. We say homosexual, that's still saying Islam. So Islam is the problem in there, and Diddy be wearing his straight up Christian chain most of the time through the industry. You know they don't like him. You know they want him out of there. Send the cops, the feds, the DA to come get me. They try to come get him. He got Comey fired. That's not a gangster move. You come get me, and then you try to put me in jail for a hot second. I'll get your head prosecutor fired. The first one had to get out of there, and then the head prosecutor, Comey, who's related to the former FBI head, Diddy got her out of there. Spread the word how fly Diddy is. Not just because he's a man, but because he's a man of God. Don't think because you heard he did a few things, you got to read the story of Samson. Samson went to the whole house. Samson married the wrong girl. God told him, marry her because I want to take her people down. You hear what I just said? God told Samson, marry this Philistine because I want to destroy her people. God don't be making a mistake. He didn't say, hey, this is an evil person, get with her. God said, marry this woman here because I want to take all her people down. And his parents was like, why are you marrying this woman? Why don't you ever choose any woman of our people? Because the Bible tells the Jews, marry among your own people because they have the same God. But God said, no, this time, Samson, marry the wrong woman because I want to take her people down. Then he got with Delilah the second time, and then that's when he was really able to take all her people down. But she looked like she got some hits off of him because he was like in a relationship with her. She kept trying to get the men to come in and kill him. What is your strength? And he telling her some bogus stuff. She go out and get the men. They try to kill him, and then he looking at her like she a clown. She's like, you don't love me. You tried to mock me these 3 times. You didn't tell me the truth. And he's looking at her like a clown. Miss, you're trying to kill me. And you want me to tell you the truth. When he's ready to get out of here and go to God, he tell her, he's like, he's ready to, to die. They think he's suicidal. No, I'm ending my journey. What God told me, my task is over. So they get him, they gouge his eyes out, they make him a slave. And then, like, his hair was not growing, like, so, whatever. So he prays to God and says, this last time, I want to destroy the Philistines, and then I'm going to come back to you. It sounds like he's telling God, right now, I want to destroy the Philistines, and then I'm ready to die. That's what God told you. See, we forget God told him, marry that woman, the first woman. Marry her so you can destroy his people. He's now spitting back to God what God said to him. But he's on point. Like the men of Issachar, he knew the time. He knew it was his time. He said, okay, God, I want to now destroy these people and then I'll come back to you. And he's ready to die. So he killed all the leaders of the Philistine. Delilah died with them, and then he died and went back to God. He died in it. He destroyed their building. I think that's why they're obsessed with our towers and like knocking down our towers and stuff like that. I know the Tower of Babel was something and a different thing, but Samson knocked down the building of the Philistines. They call themselves Palestines. Just pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm a preacher. The Philistines are the people God destroyed by Samson. He knocked their building down and all the leaders of the Philistines died. So now they call themselves Palestinians, but the Romans gave them that name, and the Arabs and the Romans rocked together. Remember, everything you see that's light skin is not white. Some of them are Arab. They could pass for white. Arabs can pass for black. There's a lot of blood mixing in it. If you look in the Bible, you see the Arabs are always up in people's land, traveling here. A band of Arabs traveled there. So don't think everything you see that looks light skin is white. That's why every time they say white people did slavery, are you sure they were white? They were light. They were light. And then you have the Arabs instigating stuff to make white, black, whoever do something. You got black people that had slaves and was evil. You have Chinese, you have whatever. The Arabs be instigating all kind of stuff. They got people to kill the Jews. They got people to do slavery to the black people. Some of the black people were Jews. That's why they keep saying, oh, the Jews are black. The light-skinned Jews have some black blood. You got to read the Bible. Tamar, the mother of the Jewish tribe, she's black. Joseph's wife was black. Ephraim and Manasseh was black. Those are tribes of Israel. But their fathers were Semitic, so they would be lighter skinned. But their mothers were dark. But that's not all the tribes. So there's a mixture. So you don't know who is Jewish when you're dealing with them. Like, I could be Jewish. Everybody don't know what is all in their blood. You have no clue. You only know the people that you see in Israel, which is good. Because when you touch them, all they can come out and help them, but you don't know who's related to them because you don't know who's the tribe of Simeon. You don't know who's the tribe of Issachar. You don't know who's the tribe of Dan. They got a lot of tribes. They only